Welcome to Tyrannosaurus Riffs. My name is Brandon, and today we're going to check out ML Sound Lab's free Fluff 5034 amp sim. Now, before we just dive right in to this amp sim, I want to talk a little bit about my feelings on amp sims and just my feelings on real amplifiers versus sims in general. So a little backstory on me. As I was growing up, I can remember being in my parents' minivan with my 3 siblings listening to like the Disney rock station, whatever that means. I remember playing like air guitar in the back seat, not knowing what I was doing, but I knew from a young age that I really wanted to play the electric guitar. Not necessarily an acoustic, I really wanted an electric. And as time progressed, as I get older, I start seeing different bands, start seeing different guitars, amplifiers, trying to get an understanding of what's going on. And the thing to me, I wanted to play flashy guitars, hence the wall of guitars behind me. I love different guitars. I don't care how similar they sound, I love different guitars. I wanted big ass amplifiers, full stacks. At the age of 16, I bought my first full stack with the job that I worked in high school. Now, okay, 16-year-old with a full stack. For what it's worth, I didn't know the difference between solid state and tube at the time, and it was a Crate GT1200. It's basically just a really big ass practice amp, but I didn't care because I had a full stack and I had a Schecter and I was set. That to me was rock and roll. As the years go by, amp sims start coming out, and my friends that played guitar started getting into that, and I didn't get it. I didn't want anything to do with it. I didn't grow up wanting to plug my guitar into a computer. That sounded really lame to me. When amp sims first were coming out, or at least what I remember, so yeah, we're talking 15 plus years ago, I don't remember being super impressed by them, but my friends all gravitated away from their tube amps a long time ago. Many of them haven't even plugged into a tube amp in probably a decade, unless they've been here in this room with me. And I always thought that was really weird because I feel like there's a magic behind, you know, big amplifiers, 4x12s, 2 4x12s. Just tube amps in general have always, I don't know, they make me feel excited. I love them. But as I was getting into starting this channel last year, I started realizing that this was a lot more work than I had realized and I was maybe prepared for. So I started getting up around 5 a.m. Well, I can't play my big tube amps while my family's asleep, right? I'll wake them up and then I'll have an angry wife, I'll have 3 angry kids, and I need them to still do well in school and get proper sleep. So I was like, all right, well, I'll just use headphones with my amps. I really didn't want to do that either. And being a big fan of Fluff's channel, I remember seeing his the EL34, and I'm a huge 5150 fan. And that sim was free, so I was like, you know what, whatever. I'm gonna get this sim, and I'm just gonna use it for practicing at 5 a.m. or doing my DIs. I'll reamp later, you know, on an evening that I can be louder and not interrupt my family's sleep schedule. So I got this sim. Here we are a year later, and I'm still frustrated because this sim is so good. It sounds better than most of what I'm capable of doing on my own at this point in time. And I actually use this amplifier sim as a test point when I do my reamps. Okay, what sounds good, what sounds bad? I mean, I have the same amplifier, the EVH EL34 50 watt, and half the time I can't get it to sound as good. And even if I can, I find myself not wanting to spend the time to do that because Fluff and Miko with ML Sound Labs put so much time into this already. It's just great out of the box. So if I want to play Red Channel EL34, I just turn the sim on. I literally have 2 amp sims right now, and I haven't even used the other one that I've had for months. This is a high gain Red Channel EVH 5150 EL34 only, but it does what I need it to do and more. So what we're gonna do now is we're gonna jump into the amp sim. I'm gonna kind of go through and show you what I like about it and all the different options it's got, and then we'll kind of get to a comparison with my EVH amplifier versus the amp sim, and then we'll do a blind test mix, which then you'll wait like 3 to 5 seconds after, and I'll play that mix again, and you'll see which amp is playing at which time. So if you want to try and figure out which one is which before the last one, go ahead and do that. This is for fun. Again, I can't tell amp sims apart from real tube amps anymore. They've really come a long way, which I hate saying. I don't even want to talk about that because I just want to play tube amplifiers. But they really are great, and ML Sound Labs have just killed it with this one. So let's move over here and we will go through the amp sim. Last but not least, before all this, there are chapters below. If you want to skip around, go ahead and do that. All right, now that we've got everything pulled up, I'm doing a take 2 because my desktop decided to not save the screen recording. So we're gonna do this on the laptop now and go from there. So as you can see here, I've got a track pulled up from one of my other videos, and I've got this particular track centered with the DIs. Kind of get the idea of what's going on there. So what happens when we turn on the amped roots? Okay, so that's just stock, how it pulls up, all right? Right here in the amp section, it says 5034 Fluff. This is the free one. It's the only one I have. He's got other amplifiers beyond just those 3. He did the Oracle with them. He did a JPC, I think. I don't remember which one it was, but we're focused on this one right now. Off to the right, you've got your preset. Many different ones. For this little riff, I kind of like the gentle core. Maybe not that one, but for something else that would be good. So I mean, Fluff being a tone connoisseur, whatever you want to call him, he's got over a decade of experience doing this stuff, so I tend to trust what he's doing. Now down here on the front, you can change your inputs, and if you've got a particular setting that you like, you can save any settings you'd like and be able to come back, rename it, and just throw those in. This is a fantastic out of the box, let's just rock plugin. Okay, so then on the bottom left, you've got your tuner, which is awesome. The original version didn't have a tuner, which wasn't a big deal to me. You've got your pedal board, which features a noise gate, compressor, drive, chorus, delay, and reverb. Your cab section. This is actually really fun. I just started playing around with this a lot more. So let's, in this mix, you can go hard left, hard right, whichever speaker side you want to be on, or you can blend. And the blend is fun because you get to try out different speakers and microphones all at the same time. So down here on the bottom left, it says Mega Oversize. We can switch to the Freeman V30, the Freeman M25, load your custom IR or bypass. On the mic, you've got the 57, the 121, 160, and 421. And it's going to be the same on the other side. But you can also move your mics, you know, left and right, and then closer or farther away. So what happens? Let's go hard left, closer, farther, farther, and then this is a good way to test out microphones too. So we'll throw this as the Mega Oversize. So now we're doing same speaker on both sides, but now we can try and figure out which microphone that we like best, or if we prefer a blend. This is a very, very cool way to be able to test out microphones and speaker blending, especially if you've got other IRs. I haven't loaded anything into this, just been playing with these a little bit. But, I mean, that's pretty cool. So, multiple amps, multiple speakers, multiple cabs, multiple microphones, blend left, right. You go hard left, hard right, and do a mix. Very, very cool. I love this setup. This is MIDI controllable. On the website, it also says that this can be used as a standalone plugin. So if you want to take your laptop to a show and plug your guitar into front of house, you can do that with this. And being MIDI controllable, if you've got an air step, control it all with your foot anyway while you're rocking out. So that's pretty cool. On the front of this amplifier, there's not a resonance control. So I want to do some comparisons real quick with this versus my 5034 and my mega oversize with my 57, okay? So I'm gonna go, let's see. We're gonna go hard left. And we're gonna go for that kind of centered, the dust cap where it meets position. That's where I'm gonna set my gear up, and we're gonna do a playthrough. So I'm gonna play a few riffs, and then I'm gonna reamp it through mine so you can hear the differences with the exact same take, okay? All right, now that the comparisons, the back and forth comparisons are done, which one sounded better to you? I mean, this thing sounds pretty amazing. I still like my tube amplifier, and I'm not going to stop playing that, but for a quick, I hate to say it, but the convenience, this is a great way to go. Now let's do a comparison that's going to have some compression and a low and high cut filter on it. That's not necessarily because of this amplifier sim, it's because I'm trying to clean up my amplifier to sound better. So you're going to get the out of the box, 5034 versus the raw in the room, the non-sound treated room comparison in a mix. So we'll do a rapid fire, so you won't know which one's playing at which times. If you want to try and figure it out, go ahead. Or if you want to wait for that 1 minute mix to end, wait a few seconds. up to 5 at the most, probably 4 count, we will go right into the same mix again, and you'll be able to tell which, the sim or the real amplifier was playing at which time. All right, what'd you all think? Was the sim better or was the live amplifier better? That's for you to decide. Definitely check this out. It's free. It doesn't cost you anything. Just get it. It's literally, it's free. No money. If you don't like it, you can delete it. But I'd be surprised if you didn't like it. Now, being a little bit of a Fluff fanboy in this video, I've been using this amp sim for about a year or so now, and I love it. I have zero complaints. Amplifier sims have come a long way, as much as I hate to admit that. I know I sound like a boomer and don't fit my own millennial age group, but I just tend to lean towards analog equipment. But in terms of convenience and sound quality, this thing's amazing. So get this, it costs you nothing. Probably should have used my Schecter Hellraiser Hybrid Avenger with the Fluff pickup, the Fishman. I love Fishman, and that pickup's amazing. The voice one's very close to the Devin Townsend, and then your voice two is the Will Adler, so it's a great bridge pickup. Fluff has also got 2 courses out there, a recording course on ProMix Academy that has helped kind of give me a path to where I'm trying to get to. Did I watch that course multiple times and automatically become as good as Fluff? No, I'm doing something a little bit different than him, and he's put me on a path to try and get better, and the guidance is what I needed. He's also got the Musician's Content Creator Guide, which is another fantastic course. That is, both courses, you do pay for them, but they're worth every penny. That's why my videos look the way they do. He's helped me to learn lighting a little bit better. He's helped me to learn the audio, the camera stuff, the aperture. My first videos were kind of terrible because I was doing auto. There's a lot that goes into making these 10 to 15 to 20 minute videos. The amount of hours that goes into them is crazy, and without the help from him and his courses, I don't know if I'd be as far as I am yet. I'm pretty proud of what this channel's turned into in just a little less than a year at this time of filming. I'm having a lot of fun, and this is something I do on the side with my free time, 5 to 6 a.m. every day of the week, noon to 1 during my lunch breaks at work. That's what I do. And then on Saturday and Sunday, I spend at least 5 a.m. to 8 a.m. generally wrapping videos up so I can release them most of the time on Sundays. That's not like a set day. It just seems to be when I'm able to get them finished. But there's links to all the things below. The SIM, the free amp SIM, the bridge pickup if you want that, and the 2 courses that Fluff has created. I would definitely recommend checking all this stuff out if you're interested in making your own YouTube channel. Here's what I'll tell you. Be prepared to put in a lot of hours. I'm not going to call it work because this isn't work to me. This is fun. I'm learning and I'm having a blast. I'm not necessarily sure that I'm a better guitarist than I was a year ago, but I know a lot more about guitar related gear than I did, and I'm still learning and I'm going to continue to learn. So with that being said, I'd like to say thank you for hanging out. I appreciate you spending time watching my videos and, you know, chatting with me, those of you that do. Couldn't be more grateful to have all of you here with me on this adventure. So thanks again, take care, and I'll see you next time.